I'm Tasha Brown. I will be taking you abroad to New Zealand and Australia. This webisode will demonstrate some of the activities and places that are part of the Communication Studies New Zealand-Australia faculty-led trip. We will begin our 32-day trip leaving Chicago and heading to Auckland, New Zealand. Auckland is located on the North Island and is one of New Zealand's largest cities. Its harbors are breathtaking and it has quite a few intriguing museums, restaurants, and shops. Something that is sure to take your breath away is the sky jump. It's 192 meter or 629 feet fall straight down. After exploring the natural beauty of Auckland, we head to Rotorua, which has a large Maori population and is the center of geothermal activity. The Maori are New Zealand's indigenous people. This is where students can expect to take part in various traditional Maori activities and learn about the native population of New Zealand. One of the tastiest activities students may partake in is the hungai. The hungai is a traditional feast where dinner is steamed underground. After visiting the thermal village, one could choose to go to the geothermal hotspots that are located all around Rotorua. Here, you can relax in one of the many hot baths or just enjoy the majestic views of the area, which include geysers and bubbling mud. This natural volcanic environment is scary, stunning, and actually quite relaxing. The next stop on our customized study abroad trip is to Napier. The Napier area is where many world-class wines are produced. While here, students could take advantage of a wine tour. Next, we travel from the wine country to New Zealand's windy city, Wellington. Wellington is New Zealand's second largest city and is known as its cultural capital. We start our Wellington adventure at New Zealand's National Museum, Te Papa. There are many things to do while in Wellington, like shop, have a coffee, or eat at one of Wellie's 300 cafes, restaurants, and pubs. Students could also visit the city's botanical gardens or nearby wildlife sanctuary. Despite the fact that no one would want to leave a beautiful island with hot pools and breathtaking views, you will then head for the South Island of New Zealand. If you think the North Island is beautiful, wait until you see the South Island. You will be making your way down to the South Island through Christchurch and then to Franz Josef. Here, students can take advantage of various slippery activities like hiking on the glacier, ice climbing, and much more. After our time on the glacier, we felt the need for more adventure, and there's no better place to get that than Queenstown. Queenstown not only has stunning views of mountains and Lake Wakatipu, it is the adventure capital of New Zealand. So thrill seekers can get their excitement by whitewater rafting, jet boating, skiing, heli skiing, canyon swing, bungee jumping, and various 4x4 off-road excursions. During the off-road excursion, students had the chance to see areas that they shot films like The Lord of the Rings, The Chronicles of Narnia, and Wolverine. After Queenstown, we make a quick stop at Milford Sound. After witnessing the beauty of Milford Sound, we head to Dunedin. Students have the opportunity to take in many different activities while here. One could be a rugby game at the local pub located on the Octagon. It will be bittersweet to leave Dunedin because it is our last stop before leaving New Zealand. From Dunedin, we head to Sydney, Australia. Sydney is not the capital of Australia, but it is one of the best-known cities in Australia because of its great architecture, specifically the Opera House. If you make it to Sydney, make sure not to miss the Manly Ferry. The trip will ensure that you see much of the iconic scenes of Sydney like the harbour, bridge, and of course the Opera House. Don't forget that there are great beaches in this area as well. Bondi Beach is one of the most famous beaches in the world. Here, you could even learn to surf. Sydney is wonderful and you won't be ready to leave, but the schedule is tight and there's much more to do and see while in Australia. Cairns is located in the north region of Queensland and has a tropical climate, making it easy for students to explore this beautiful town on foot. Another great place to explore on foot is Cape Tribulation, home of the Daintree Rainforest. There are various ways to discover the oldest living rainforest, including jungle surfing, a crocodile tour, or of course simply walking around. Sadly, our time in Cape Tribulation is short, and before you know it, it will be time to leave and go to Port Douglas, our last destination before heading home. Port Douglas will be the home of many of your cultural experiences with the Aborigines, as well as your departure point for the Great Barrier Reef. The Aborigines are Australia's indigenous population. Students can expect to take part in traditional activities with the Aborigines. The Great Barrier Reef is the largest coral reef in the world. Snorkeling is one of the remarkable activities students can partake in. While in Port Douglas, students can also visit some of Australia's native wildlife like kangaroos, koalas, emus, and many other strange creatures. At this point, the New Zealand-Australia adventure will come to a close, even if it feels as if it just began. Not only will you visit 2 different countries in the South Pacific, you will meet interesting people, experience new cultures, foods, and of course, have great new adventures. We are EIU, and we understand if you don't want to come back.